Hi everyone, it's Day Oyabumi. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. I've decided to do a quick pick a card for you today. In honor of my appreciation for my supporters and subscribers, please know that I truly do appreciate your support. Like I really do. Same thing with my patrons, those who are signed up to my Patreon. Thank you so very much. I really, truly appreciate you all. So what I'm going to do is I'll hold up 3 cards. Choose the card that calls to you. You know, the one that maybe you're feeling that at this moment, okay? And remember, if you're interested in booking your own personal tarot reading, you can find the different options on my website at daydreamalston.com/store. So, this is the first card. This is the second card. And this is the third card. Which of these cards are calling out to you? Let's get started with cards for number 1. So we have the 10 of Cups, which is an awesome card, right? It shows a family, fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, happiness, and joy coming through a family unit. That is so interesting. And then the additional cards are impasse and dissipating. So why I say interesting is you see the man's arms with impasse, right? And then their arms here. So there's some of you in a family situation where you're at an impasse. You're not sure which direction to take. Some of you are remembering some things that happened in the past, and because things weren't good in the past, it's making it hard for you to make a decision to go in a particular direction at this time. So say you and your ex had a really rocky past, but you guys have been talking and things feel a little bit better now, and you really want this, right? But because of what happened in the past, you're like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure which way to go. But with this dissipating card, I need you to know that whatever you're afraid of, the energy of it is starting to dissipate. It's starting to decrease. So say there was a lot of discord and fight and argument, right, before, and that's why you're afraid to move forward. That energy is dissipating for some of you. For some of you, this could mean that you're not sure if you want to have children, or you're at some type of impasse when it comes to children. Maybe you thought that you wanted children or were ready, and now you're not sure. Some of you may have had like a real strong urge to have children, right? And then all of a sudden, that urge started to dissipate. For some of you, I'm seeing that this is indicating that you need to embrace changes that are coming to a family dynamic. Surrender to the changes that are coming Even if it doesn't feel like that, those changes are going to bring happiness and fulfillment. Okay? And this can be a relationship between you and another person. You know, it could be a relationship on a job. It could be family. It's about relationship and joy coming to relationship. Because we're at a 10, this may indicate that there's been some trouble in paradise and there's finally, you know, a break from the trouble. That's for card number 1, Ashe. Okay, card number 2 was the 9 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands talks about someone who's on the defensive because they've been hurt before in the past. And you see, this person has kind of built up this wall of wands. Like they are just not having it. Whatever was going on in the past, they don't want to deal with it anymore. Right? And you see the bandage, so you know the person is just hurt. Right? And they don't want to be hurt again. So it's like, I have to be on the lookout. I have to watch out. The cards that came out to accompany this card are work through your fears. It's that new moon in Scorpio. And you're very close to achieving your goal. So that tells me that though you may have a right to be fearful, right? If you're someone who's went through some shit and now things are starting to calm down and you still are kind of on the defensive, is for a good reason. But they're telling you you can't continue to walk with these fears, that you need to work through your fears of what happened and the fear of it happening again, right? Because in order to move forward and move on to a new state of being and move on to well-being and to achieving your goals, you're going to have to move past this fear. So they're saying you're very close to achieving your goals, right? So if you stay in that state of fear, in that state of defensiveness, and not being sure, oh, you know, is this gonna happen the same way it happened before? What it does is it pushes back your goals, it blocks your goals, and becomes a hindrance to your goals coming to fruition. Someone has hurt you in the past. Someone or something, you feel betrayed. And I say that because of the Scorpion here. You've been stung. You know, you've been hurt. And as a result, now you're not sure, you know, if you should take a particular course of action. But they're telling you to sit with why you feel this way. Do some journaling. You know, do some free writing. Just write about this feeling that you have and why you have it. Write everything down, right? Give acceptance to that part of yourself, to that fear, and give yourself grace and understand and acknowledge where that comes from, right? It's not for no reason, but it's time to work through them, to clear them so that you can move on to the next step on your journey. So that this goal, you know, whatever is coming, you are leaving the door open to it. Because say, you know, it has something to do, for instance, say you want to get married, but you've been through a lot in the past, right? And you're currently single. And this is how you're showing up to new suitors coming in. How would you feel if this is, you know, if you're interested in someone and this is the energy you're getting, right? That doesn't mean ignore how you're feeling. It just means work through that, right? Take the lessons from whatever this was, right? Just take the lessons. Leave the defensiveness and the fear in the past, but take the lessons and move forward so that you would be closer to achieving your goal. Okay? Ashe. Okay, for those of you who chose this third card, The Nine of Swords. This automatically shows me that you are in a state of worry, fear, maybe even depression. Some of you are dealing with insomnia. You can't sleep at night. You're having racing thoughts. You're waking up from nightmares, things like that. Just a really tough time. And for good reason. The Nine of Swords paired with the Five of Coins indicates that there's been some type of loss, that there's been some type of disappointment, maybe feeling abandoned, left out in the cold, maybe loss of income, not being sure what to do about a particular situation, right? Some type of loss, some type of disappointment that's causing worry and angst. It may be some type of issue relating to a younger person and not being sure how to help them or what to do. But there's definitely just some angst, some sadness here that you need to work through. It's time to come up out of the worry, because the only way you're going to move forward, right, and move forward in an empowered way is by moving out of this energy, right? And just picking yourself up and going in the direction towards your healing, somewhere where you can go get help, you know? If the help is within you, then that's what it is. If it's a church, a spiritual tradition, if it's a food pantry, shelter, anything, like, it's time to get up out the worry and move forward. Some of the additional cards that came out from my message card deck is the Tears card. So for some of you, you just need to mourn. Mourn whatever this loss is. Mourn why you're sad, you know. Release your tears. Don't hold back. Find a safe, comfortable space and just release and let that go. Once you are finished clearing, right, and releasing that, because they want you to release it so that you can just, not just like it's so easy, right, because it may not be easy, but they want you to release it so that now your healing and your forward movement can begin. So you're releasing your tears. And then they're telling you that they want you, and this is something that I feel like Spirit tries to get us to understand all the time. Yes, things hurt. Yes, things have an impact and can leave scars, right? Which I think we saw in, which was it, 1 or 2, deck 2, or pick a card 2. Things can leave scars, but remember, what happened in the past, you don't have to drag it along with you. Drag forward whatever lessons, insights that you learned from a particular situation, but try not to drag the pain and keep walking with it and just bringing it with you and burdening yourself. After you release your tears and your sadness, they want you to tell yourself a new story, to embrace a new story. They're saying the past is dust. Create a new story for your present and your future. You don't have to keep replaying and reliving something. You know, when it comes up into your memory and your consciousness, just say, yeah, I went through that and I survived. These are the lessons I've learned and this is what I'm taking forward. And you're just going to create your new story. What happened to you in the past is not necessarily going to happen in the future. The last message card that came out is pointing to your solar plexus chakra. That's your third chakra, right? And this one deals with self-esteem, pleasure, and willpower. And when it's imbalanced, it manifests as low self-esteem and control issues. So with this card, what I'm getting is that part of your healing is working to remove any psychic debris that's stuck in your third chakra, because it's having an effect and an impact on your self-esteem, your willpower to get up out of this situation, right? You need willpower to get up and say, I'm not going to be like this anymore. I'm not going to let this bring me down, this situation. I'm going to get up and move forward. And they want you to experience pleasure again. They don't want you to be like this all the time. So the way that you do that, one of the ways that you do that is to work through that third chakra. So look up solar plexus chakra if you're not familiar with it. And they want you to embrace creative expression, creative practices, play, take on a more youthful energy, because that's going to help you shake this off. Okay? Hope this has been helpful. Thank you for watching. See you next time.